Trade the answer you cannot find for one quiet breath, not forever, not for the rest of your life, only for this moment. Give this moment the question that has been following you from room to room. Give it the date you have been trying to predict. Give it the outcome you have examined from every possible side. Give it the conversation you keep rebuilding in your mind. Give it the part of the future that still refuses to explain itself. And in exchange, take back one slow breath. Take back the space around your thoughts. Take back the small part of you that has become tired from standing guard over what has not happened yet. You do not have to solve the whole path before you take the next step. You do not have to understand every delay before your body can soften. You do not have to know exactly how life will arrange the details before you give yourself permission to be here. This exchange asks very little from you. You are not being asked to pretend that uncertainty feels easy. You are not being asked to call confusion beautiful. You are not being asked to deny the part of you that wants a clear sign, a firm answer, a date you can circle, or a promise you can hold. You are only being invited to loosen your demand for certainty long enough to breathe without it. The mind may still ask when. The heart may still wonder how. A tender part of you may still say, I need to know that everything will be okay. Let those words be present. They do not have to leave before peace can enter. Your questions can remain without controlling every inch of your inner world. You can care deeply and still rest for a moment. You can want something with your whole heart and still stop measuring the distance between where you are and where you hoped you would be. There is room for desire. There is room for disappointment. There is room for patience that does not feel perfect. There is room for you exactly as you are today. Perhaps you have been living as though one missing answer has the power to suspend your entire life. You wake, and the question wakes with you. Before your feet touch the floor, the mind begins checking. Has something changed? Has a message arrived? Is there a new sign? Does today feel different? Is this the day the waiting finally ends? Sometimes the checking happens so quickly that you barely recognize it. Your eyes open, and your thoughts move immediately toward the unfinished matter. The decision that has not been made, the person who has not responded, the opportunity that has not appeared, the healing that is taking longer than you hoped, the work that seems to be moving too slowly, the home you are trying to reach, the relationship you want to understand, the future you thought would be clearer by now, the version of yourself you believed you would already have become. The mind does not always check because it is impatient. Often it checks because it is frightened. It believes that constant attention will prevent disappointment. It believes that if it keeps watch, nothing important will pass unnoticed. It believes that thinking one more thought may uncover the answer that all the earlier thoughts could not find. So it returns, it reviews, it measures, it calculates, it watches the behavior of other people and tries to turn every small change into useful information. A shorter message becomes a warning. A longer pause becomes a prediction. A different tone becomes evidence. A quiet day becomes proof that nothing is moving. A hopeful moment becomes something you are afraid to believe. You may find yourself reading the same words more than once, searching for a meaning hidden beneath the meaning. You may replay a conversation and listen for what was not said. You may study the past as though it contains instructions for the future. You may imagine several possible endings and emotionally live through each one before any of them becomes real. This is exhausting. It is exhausting to experience the same uncertainty in so many imagined forms. It is exhausting to prepare for pain that has not arrived. It is exhausting to rehearse relief and then fear that you have hoped too much. It is exhausting to feel responsible for understanding what life has not yet made clear. You may have tried to become very skilled at prediction. You may look at patterns, dates, habits, signs, pauses, changes, and past experiences. You may search for the moment when the present will finally reveal what it is becoming. You may ask other people what they think. Then you may question their answer. You may ask again in a different way. You may listen for certainty in their voice, even when they cannot give you what you truly want. You do not only want an opinion, you want relief. You want someone to place a hand over the restless part of your mind and say that the waiting has a purpose. You want to know that the time has not been wasted. You want reassurance that you have not missed your chance, misunderstood your direction, or fallen behind the life you were meant to live. The wish for reassurance is deeply human. There is no shame in it. Still, reassurance often fades more quickly than you expect. For a few minutes or a few hours, you feel calmer. Then the uncertainty rises again. The mind finds a new detail to examine. Another possibility appears. Another question forms. The relief you received begins to feel less certain, and you return to the search. You may have told yourself that you will relax after the answer comes. You will enjoy the day after the decision is made. You will be present after the problem is settled. You will breathe more fully after the future becomes secure. You will stop checking after you receive the message. You will rest after you reach the milestone. You will be kind to yourself after you can prove that your efforts were worthwhile. Until then, some part of you remains on duty. It watches the clock. It compares your progress with the progress of others. It notices who seems to be moving ahead, who is receiving what you have asked for, and who appears to have reached certainty without enduring the same long season of doubt. Comparison can make an unclear path feel even more personal. It can convince you that someone else's arrival says something about your delay. It can turn another person's good news into a question about your own worth. You may be genuinely happy for them, while a quieter feeling moves beneath that happiness. What about me? Have I been forgotten? Did I make the wrong choice? Should I have done more? Should I have spoken sooner? Should I have left earlier? Should I have waited longer? Did I misunderstand what I felt? Was I foolish to believe? The questions multiply because the mind hopes that one of them will return a sense of control. If you can identify the exact mistake, perhaps you can correct it. If you can find the precise moment when things changed, perhaps you can prevent further loss. If you can decide who is responsible, perhaps the uncertainty will become easier to hold. At times, you may turn that responsibility toward yourself. You examine your choices with a harshness you would never use toward someone you love. You call yourself slow. You call yourself foolish. You accuse yourself of wasting time. You judge the hope you once carried. You judge the fear that now replaces it. You judge yourself for staying, for leaving, for trying, for stopping, for believing, or for doubting. The mind can create a courtroom from an unfinished chapter. It can demand a verdict before all the facts are present. It can punish you for not knowing what could only be understood later. You may have been trying to make the unclear become clear by force. You may think harder, speak more, work longer, explain yourself repeatedly, or seek one more sign. You may keep reaching toward an answer that is not yet ready to meet you. This does not mean that action is wrong. It does not mean that you should ignore what needs attention. It does not mean that you should stop asking honest questions, making responsible plans, seeking support, or taking practical steps. It means that action and inner strain are not the same thing. You can send the message without staring at the screen for the next hour. You can complete the application without deciding that your future depends on one response. You can prepare carefully without treating every unknown as a threat. You can have a necessary conversation without mentally repeating it for days afterward. You can make a choice with the information you have, then stop demanding that your mind produce information it does not possess. You can do what belongs to you without taking ownership of every result. This difference may feel unfamiliar. For a long time, tension may have felt like devotion. Worry may have felt like responsibility. Constant thought may have felt like preparation. You may have believed that relaxing your attention would cause something to fall apart. If I stop thinking about it, I will miss something. If I stop checking, I will lose my chance. If I stop worrying, I am not taking it seriously. If I feel peaceful, I may become careless. If I accept this moment, I may remain here forever. These beliefs can become so familiar that they seem like facts. Yet peace does not erase wisdom. A calm mind can still respond. A rested body can still act. A person who is not bracing can still see what needs to be seen. You do not have to stay frightened to remain awake to your life. You do not have to suffer continuously to prove that something matters. You do not have to keep yourself in emotional discomfort as payment for the future you want. There may be moments when you try to manage the timing of other people. You watch for their readiness. You hope they will understand what you understand. You wait for them to say what you need them to say. You imagine that if you explain yourself with greater care, they will finally respond in the way that brings peace. So you adjust your words. You soften what you really mean. You say more than you intended. Then you say less. You give space and wonder whether the space was too wide. You reach out and wonder whether you reached too soon. You try to find the exact amount of presence that will create the result you desire. This can happen in love. It can happen in families. It can happen in friendship. It can happen at work. It can happen whenever your sense of safety becomes connected to another person's decision. You begin to monitor their inner process from the outside. You try to determine whether they are changing, whether they are closer, whether they are ready, whether they are sincere, whether their silence means distance or thoughtfulness. But another person's timing cannot be fully managed from inside your mind. Their choices belong to them. Their growth belongs to them. Their honesty belongs to them. Your clarity belongs to you. Your boundaries belong to you. Your next honest action belongs to you. When you forget this, you may spend your strength trying to complete an inner process that is not yours to complete. You may wait for someone else's certainty before giving yourself permission to have your own. You may delay a needed boundary because you hope time will remove the need for it. You may remain emotionally suspended, believing that peace can only arrive through another person's response. Yet peace can begin before the response. Clarity can begin before the explanation. Self-respect can begin before anyone agrees with your choice. You can stop placing your whole inner life in the hands of an unfinished conversation. There may also be practical matters that keep your thoughts busy. Money may feel uncertain. Work may feel unstable. A legal or family decision may remain unresolved. You may be waiting for information that truly matters. You may be dealing with circumstances that require care, planning, skilled advice, or support from people qualified to help. Inner words are not a substitute for real assistance. There is wisdom in speaking with a professional when the situation requires it. There is strength in asking for help. There is nothing spiritual about ignoring danger, avoiding facts, or staying alone with a burden that has become too heavy. You are permitted to use every healthy form of support available to you. You can seek guidance and still cultivate steadiness. You can make a plan and still stop punishing yourself with repeated fear. You can protect yourself and still refuse to let fear speak through every hour. You can take uncertainty seriously without letting it become your only emotional home. Some worries do not disappear because someone tells you to think positively. Some situations are painful. Some decisions take time. Some seasons require courage, patience, and practical care. Your feelings are not evidence that you are failing. Fear does not make you weak. Impatience does not make you ungrateful. Sadness does not cancel your inner growth. A difficult day does not mean you have lost all progress. You are a human being responding to what matters to you. The goal is not to become untouched by uncertainty. The goal is to stop abandoning yourself while uncertainty is present. You may have become very good at caring for the future and very poor at caring for the person who is living today. You prepare for what might happen, but forget to eat slowly. You think about next month, but do not fully hear the sounds around you. You analyze tomorrow while your shoulders remain raised through the present afternoon. You search for signs while missing the quiet needs of your own body. You promise yourself that life will begin after the answer, even though life is already moving through this day. The present can start to feel like a waiting room you are trying to escape. You move through it without settling into anything. You complete tasks, say, speak to people, make food, answer messages, and go through familiar motions, but part of you remains turned toward the unopened future. You are here, but not fully here. You are waiting, even while living. You are listening for news, even in silence. You are holding yourself ready for the moment everything changes. This state of readiness can become painful because the body does not know that the imagined event is not happening now. It responds to repeated thought. It tightens around possibilities. It prepares for conversations that may never occur. It carries tomorrow's tension through today's muscles. The jaw becomes firm. The hands hold more tightly than necessary. The breath becomes shallow. The chest stays guarded. The belly forgets how to rest. The whole body begins participating in the attempt to know. You may not consciously choose this. It can happen through repetition. One uncertain day becomes a week. One week becomes several. The question becomes part of the background of your life. You become accustomed to waking with it, carrying it, and lying down with it still active. After a while, you may no longer remember how you felt before the waiting began. You may think peace will feel impossible until circumstances change. But peace does not always arrive as the end of uncertainty. Sometimes it begins as a new relationship with uncertainty. You stop asking the unknown to become known before you offer yourself care. You stop treating the absence of an answer as proof of danger. You stop turning every quiet period into a negative conclusion. You stop assuming that nothing visible means nothing is happening. You stop measuring your worth by the speed of an outcome. This shift does not happen through force. You do not need to command yourself to be calm. You do not need to criticize the thoughts that return. You do not need to defeat the part of you that keeps reaching for certainty. That part needs understanding. It began trying to protect you for a reason. At some point, being prepared may have helped you. Reading the room may have kept you safe. Anticipating another person's mood may have reduced conflict. Thinking ahead may have prevented a problem. Watching closely may have given you a sense of control during a time when very little felt controllable. The mind remembers what once worked. It repeats old protection even after the situation has changed. It does not always know that the cost has become too high. There may have been a time when you were surprised by pain. Something changed quickly. Someone left without warning. A promise was broken. A secure situation became uncertain. A person you depended on became unavailable. A plan you believed in did not unfold as expected. Afterward, you may have made a quiet decision. I will not be caught unprepared again. You may not have said those words aloud, but your habits began saying them for you. You started watching more carefully. You questioned good moments because you wanted to know how long they would last. You held back from fully enjoying what you loved because loss felt possible. You tried to predict endings before beginnings had time to settle. You became suspicious of peace because peace had once been followed by pain. This response was not foolish. It was protective intelligence shaped by experience. It deserves compassion. The part of you that checks is not your enemy. The part that rehearses is not trying to ruin your day. The part that wants guarantees is not weak. It is tired. It has been working beyond its true responsibility. It has been trying to create safety by thinking far enough ahead. It has been trying to prevent every wound by imagining every risk. It has been trying to keep you from feeling the shock of not knowing. You do not need to fight this part. You can speak to it with respect. You can say, I understand why you have been watching. You can say, I know you want to protect me. You can say, thank you for trying, and then you can offer it a new role. You do not have to guard every possible future. You only need to help me respond to what is real today. This is a kinder responsibility. It does not demand prediction. It asks for presence. It does not require you to know the final outcome. It asks you to recognize the next honest step. It does not make you responsible for other people's choices. It asks you to stay connected to your own values. It does not insist that you prevent every difficult feeling. It reminds you that you can meet feelings as they come. You may still be disappointed. You may still hear an answer you did not want. You may still need to change direction. You may still discover that a hope cannot continue in its current form. Inner steadiness does not promise that every event will match your preference. It offers something different. It offers the knowledge that you do not have to disappear from yourself when life is unclear. You can remain beside yourself. You can listen. You can respond. You can ask for help. You can rest between decisions. You can change your mind when new information arrives. You can leave what is harmful. You can continue what is meaningful. You can grieve what does not continue. You can receive what arrives without forcing it to arrive early. This is not passivity. It is not giving up your voice. It is not refusing to act. It is the end of using inner punishment as a strategy. You may have believed that pressure would make you move faster. Sometimes pressure creates movement, but it rarely creates peace. It may push you to act before you are clear. It may make every pause feel dangerous. It may turn small choices into emergencies. You can become so eager to escape uncertainty that you accept an answer that does not truly fit. Any answer begins to feel better than no answer. Any direction begins to feel better than waiting. Any connection begins to feel better than loneliness. Any decision begins to feel better than the open space before a decision. This is where self-kindness becomes practical. A calmer inner state helps you recognize the difference between true readiness and desperate relief. It helps you hear the difference between an honest yes and a frightened yes. It helps you respect a clear no. It helps you wait without placing your life on hold. It helps you act because the action is wise, not because anxiety demands immediate movement. There are things that cannot be hurried without changing their nature. Understanding is one of them. Readiness is one of them. Deep confidence is one of them. A decision that includes your whole self may need more than urgency. It may need quiet. It may need experience. It may need facts that have not yet arrived. It may need you to become honest about what you have been avoiding. It may need another person to reveal who they truly are through consistent action. It may need a period of time that your mind would never choose, but that your deeper clarity can use. You do not have to celebrate the delay. You only need to stop calling yourself a failure because the answer is still forming. You have not failed because you are between understandings. You have not failed because the next direction is not visible. You have not failed because you need more time than someone else. You have not failed because your life does not match the schedule you once imagined. A schedule is not a measure of worth. A deadline created in fear is not a command from life. The age by which you thought everything would be settled cannot define what is still possible. The month you expected change cannot tell you whether change is real. The silence of today cannot describe the whole future. You have been using incomplete information to make complete judgments about yourself. No wonder you feel tired. You see one part and fear it is the whole. You see a pause and call it an ending. You see an unclear direction and call yourself lost. You see another person's progress and call yourself late. You see the absence of proof and assume the absence of movement. Today, you can interrupt that habit without replacing it with false certainty. You do not need to tell yourself that everything will happen exactly as you want. You do not need to promise yourself that one particular outcome is guaranteed. You do not need to turn hope into prediction. You can say something more honest. I do not know the full shape of what is coming, and I can still meet this day. That is enough for now. It is enough to come back to what is here, the chair beneath you, the floor beneath your feet, the breath that does not require tomorrow's answer. The sounds that are present in this moment, the work that can be done today, the conversation that is actually happening, the choice that is truly yours. The rest can remain unfinished. An unfinished matter is not always a broken matter. A question without an answer is not always a warning. A slow change is not always a refusal. A pause is not always empty. Your mind may object. It may say that this sounds too simple. It may remind you that the situation is important. It may insist that you cannot relax because too much is at stake. You can agree that it matters. You can agree that you care. You can agree that you would like clarity. And still, you can refuse to injure yourself while you wait. You can care without consuming yourself. You can prepare without living in constant alarm. You can hope without demanding a date. You can remain open without making yourself defenseless. You can step back from what is not yours to manage. There is no shame in how tightly you have held the future. You were trying to feel safe. You were trying to protect what you love. You were trying to keep pain from returning. You were trying to prevent regret. You were trying to create order in a place where you could not yet see the full design. Let compassion meet you here. Not a compassion that asks you to ignore reality. Not a compassion that tells you to remain in situations that harm you. Not a compassion that covers danger with pleasant words. Real compassion supports clear action. It helps you acknowledge what is true without adding cruelty. It helps you say, "This is difficult," without saying, "I am doomed." It helps you say, "I need support," without saying, "I am weak." It helps you say, "I do not know yet," without saying, "I will never know." It helps you say, "This may take time," without turning time into an enemy. The protecting part of you may not believe these words immediately. That is all right. It does not have to change in one moment. It has spent a long time trying to stay ahead of pain. It may need repeated evidence that you will not abandon yourself. It may need to see that you can make wise choices without panic. It may need to learn that rest does not cause disaster. You teach it through small experiences. You wait 10 minutes before checking again. You finish one meal without reviewing the problem. You take one walk without planning the entire future. You give one conversation time to settle. You sleep before making the decision that feels urgent at night. You ask one qualified person for practical help. You speak one honest boundary. You complete one task and do not immediately demand proof that it will succeed. These moments may seem small, but they change the relationship between you and the unknown. They tell the body that uncertainty can be present without becoming an emergency. They tell the mind that not every question requires immediate pursuit. They tell the heart that it is still worthy of care during an unfinished season. You begin to understand that you can live beside a question without becoming the question. You are more than what you are waiting for. You are more than the reply that has not arrived. You are more than the decision someone else has not made. You are more than the work that is taking time. You are more than the dream that has not yet taken form. You are more than the plan that seek hanged. You are more than the age you expected to be when life became certain. There is a whole person here, a person who still needs food, movement, conversation, laughter, quiet, support, dignity, and ordinary moments of ease. Do not make that person earn care by producing an outcome. Do not make yourself wait for tenderness. You are worthy of a softer inner voice now. You are worthy of a full breath before the answer. You are worthy of a peaceful hour inside an uncertain week. You are worthy of support while the next step becomes clearer. You are worthy of being present in your own life, even while part of that life remains unresolved. The exchange is still available. You can place the unanswered question down for one moment. You can take back your breath. You can place down the imagined deadline. You can take back this day. You can place down the belief that worry proves devotion. You can take back your energy. You can place down the demand to know everything. You can take back your right to be human. Nothing has to be forced inside you. The mind can still speak. The heart can still want. The future can remain open. And you can remain here, not defeated, not forgotten, not behind, only here. Breathing. Learning a kinder way to wait. Learning a kinder way to wait does not mean becoming passive. It means remembering that life has never depended on your constant supervision. Even now, countless processes continue without your instruction. Your heart keeps its rhythm while your attention moves elsewhere. Your lungs receive and return each breath while you think, speak, work, remember, and rest. Your body makes quiet adjustments throughout the day without asking you to direct each one. You do not command every beat. You do not organize every breath. You do not consciously tell your body how to use every drop of water, every moment of rest, or every nourishing thing you receive. Much of life has always been carried through a wisdom deeper than conscious effort. This does not make your choices unimportant. It does not mean that you have no influence. Your actions matter. Your care matters. Your decisions shape your days. But your attention was never meant to become the manager of everything. There are limits to what thought can organize. There are limits to what effort can speed up. There are limits to what watching can change. You can care for your body, but you cannot consciously instruct every cell. You can create conditions for rest, but you cannot order yourself into deep sleep. You can speak honestly, but you cannot decide how another person will receive the truth. You can offer love, but you cannot control whether someone is ready to accept it. You can do careful work, but you cannot force the world to respond on your preferred date. There is a point where action ends and waiting begins. This point may be where you have felt most uncomfortable. Action gives the mind something to hold. There is a call to make, a task to finish, a place to go, a decision to consider. Actio. In creates the feeling of movement. Waiting can feel like nothing, yet waiting is not always nothing. Some changes cannot be seen while they are becoming real. An understanding may be forming before you can name it. A person's true intention may be showing itself through time. A choice may be becoming clearer because you are no longer rushing to escape discomfort. Your strength may be returning in ways you do not yet recognize. A direction may be closing because another direction fits you better. You may not be able to prove any of this in the present moment. That is what makes the open space difficult. The mind wants visible evidence. It wants a clear sequence. It wants cause and result placed close together so that it can understand what is happening. I did this. Therefore, this should happen. I waited this long. Therefore, the answer should come now. I worked hard. Therefore, the reward should already be visible. I have been patient. Therefore, the delay should end. These expectations are understandable. They come from a desire for order. Yet life does not always unfold in a straight line that the mind can measure. Effort and outcome do not always arrive side by side. A choice may begin shaping your life long before you see its effect. A boundary may feel lonely before it feels freeing. An ending may feel like loss before you understand what it protected you from continuing to carry. A period of stillness may look unproductive before it returns you to yourself. A slow answer may become more honest because it was not rushed. You have seen this in your own life, even if you rarely stop to recognize it. There were things you once wanted immediately that you later understood differently. There were delays that frustrated you, then gave you information you did not have before. There were people whose distance felt painful, but whose distance eventually showed you the limits of the connection. There were plans that did not move forward, and in time you saw what moving forward would have required you to ignore. There were moments when you thought you had lost direction, only to discover that you had stopped following a direction that was not truly yours. You may also remember choices that became clear only after you stopped pressing yourself for an answer. The mind had argued, it had compared, it had collected advice. It had imagined the consequences of every possibility. Then, on an ordinary day, the truth felt quieter and more stable. You knew what belonged to you. Not because every fear disappeared, not because the result was guaranteed, not because everyone agreed. You knew because you were no longer trying to make one choice protect you from every possible feeling. True clarity often feels less dramatic than fear expects. It does not always shout. It may not come with complete confidence. It may arrive as the honest recognition that one option keeps asking you to betray yourself, while another asks you to face uncertainty with dignity. It may arrive as a quiet refusal. It may arrive as a calm willingness. It may arrive as the understanding that you have done enough. It may arrive as the knowledge that more effort would not create more truth. You cannot always schedule such knowing. You can create space for it. You can gather facts. You can listen to your needs. You can speak with wise people. You can examine your values. You can care for your body. You can step away from constant noise. But you cannot bully deep understanding into existence. The pressure to know can sometimes keep you from knowing. When the mind becomes desperate for certainty, it may choose the fastest explanation rather than the truest one. It may accept blame because blame feels more complete than mystery. It may decide that the worst outcome is certain because fear prefers a painful answer to an unanswered question. It may say, "They have not replied because I do not matter." It may say, "This has taken too long because it will never happen." It may say, "I am confused because I am incapable." It may say, "The opportunity has not appeared because I chose the wrong life." These conclusions close the open space quickly. They create an answer, but an answer created by fear is not always truth. Sometimes you do not know because the information is incomplete. Sometimes you do not know because another person has not yet chosen. Sometimes you do not know because you are changing, and the old answer no longer fits while the new answer is not fully clear. Sometimes you do not know because life is asking you to act from your values rather than from certainty. This is a different kind of maturity. It is easy to move when every sign agrees. It is harder to move when you must say, "I cannot control the ending, but I know how I want to meet this moment." You know whether honesty matters to you. You know whether self-respect matters. You know whether kindness matters. You know whether safety matters. You know whether your body is asking for rest. You know whether a situation repeatedly requires you to become smaller. You know whether fear is the only reason you are staying. You know whether urgency is the only reason you are leaving. Not every answer is hidden. Some answers are already present, but you may be overlooking them because they do not guarantee the outcome. You may know what your next responsible action is, while still not knowing what will happen afterward. That can be enough. The whole path does not need to become visible for the next choice to be honest. You can do what is yours. Then you can stop. This stopping is part of wise action. Without it, every completed task becomes the beginning of another demand. You send the message, then monitor the reply. You finish the work, then search for approval. You make the decision, then interrogate yourself. You set the boundary, then imagine every possible reaction. The action ends, but your inner labor continues. You remain involved beyond the place where your involvement is useful. You try to influence what now belongs to time, circe, umstance, and the choices of others. It may feel responsible, but it does not create greater control. It only keeps your body in the position of unfinished effort. What would happen if completion were allowed to feel complete? You sent what needed to be sent. You said what needed to be said. You gathered the information available today. You made the choice you could make with honesty. You asked for help. You took the practical step. Now for this hour, nothing more is required. The mind may dislike this sentence. It may immediately produce another task. Think again, check again, search again, explain again. Prepare for every possible reply. You can hear the suggestion without obeying it. You can say, there may be more to do later, but there is nothing more to do now. This is how you begin returning responsibility to its proper place. Your responsibility is not endless. It has edges. You are responsible for your words, not for how everyone interprets them. You are responsible for your choices, not for controlling every consequence. You are responsible for seeking help when you need it, not for knowing everything alone. You are responsible for protecting yourself, not for remaining where harm is present in order to prove patience. You are responsible for your honest effort, not for forcing a particular reward. You are responsible for how you treat people, not for ensuring that every person approves of you. These limits are not failures of love. They make healthy love possible. Without limits, care becomes control. Responsibility becomes self-erasure. Hope becomes constant monitoring. Patience becomes silent suffering. You were not placed here to disappear inside the timing of someone else. You were not meant to postpone your whole life until another person becomes ready. You were not meant to make your peace dependent on an outcome that does not belong entirely to you. You can remain caring without remaining trapped. You can remain open without abandoning your boundaries. You can wish someone well without waiting indefinitely for them to change. You can hope for a good result while preparing wisely for other possibilities. This is not a lack of faith. It is an expression of inner steadiness. There is a difference between holding hope and gripping one form of hope so tightly that nothing else can enter your awareness. You may have decided that goodness must arrive through one particular person, one job, one opportunity, one date, or one answer. You may have attached your relief to a single door. Then every delay at that door felt like life itself was refusing you. Yet your mind cannot see every way your needs might be met. It can only work with what it knows. It knows the faces it has seen. It knows the choices currently available. It knows the plans you have already imagined. It does not know what has not entered your experience. This is why the unknown is not only a place of fear. It is also the place where what you have not considered can exist. You do not need to fill that space with promises. You do not need to declare that something wonderful is guaranteed. You can leave it open. Open does not mean certain. Open means not decided by fear. Open means you are willing to receive information before forming the final conclusion. Open means you do not call the story finished while you are still living it. There is humility in this. There is also relief. You are released from the impossible task of predicting an entire life from one difficult period. You are released from judging your future through the mood of one morning. You are released from assuming that today's confusion is permanent. You are released from using one person's inability to value you as a measure of your value. You are released from making one closed opportunity the definition of what is available. You are released from calling yourself late because your life did not copy someone else's sequence. The evidence of life's competence is not found in a promise that everything will be easy. It is found in the truth that you have already lived through many moments you did not know how to live through. There were mornings you did not feel ready to face. You faced them. There were conversations you feared. You entered them. There were changes you did not choose. You adjusted slowly and imperfectly. There were losses that altered you. You continued, even when continuing looked very different from what you had imagined. There were days when strength did not feel like strength. It looked like getting out of bed. It looked like asking for help. It looked like crying and still completing one necessary task. It looked like saying no. It looked like admitting that you could not continue in the same way. You have already been living without full certainty. You may not have called it courage because you were too busy surviving it, but courage was present. It was present whenever you took the next step without a guarantee. It was present whenever you chose honesty over appearance. It was present whenever you left what was unsafe. It was present whenever you began again without knowing exactly who you would become. It was present whenever you rested instead of proving. It was present whenever you asked someone to stand beside you. You have evidence inside your own history that not knowing does not make you powerless. You have not controlled every turning point. Still, you have met many of them. You have not understood every ending. Still, you have learned from some of them. You have not received every answer you wanted. Still, new questions have led you toward deeper honesty. Your life has not required perfect prediction from you. It has asked for presence. It has asked for response. It has asked for repair when you made mistakes. It has asked for compassion when the path was difficult. It has asked for the humility to seek help when your own knowledge was not enough. This is all still available to you. The future does not require you to become a person who never feels afraid. It asks you, no, to give fear every decision. The future does not require endless confidence. It asks for one honest action at a time. The future does not require you to see the complete result. It asks you to remain awake to what is real now. There is wisdom in the present that worry often misses. Worry speaks in possibilities. The present speaks in facts. What is true today? What is actually happening? What is being assumed? What is within your reach? What support is available? What boundary has become necessary? What rest have you delayed? What conversation has become honest enough to have? What decision can wait until you have more information? These questions do not try to predict. They bring you back to relationship with reality. Reality may still be uncomfortable, but it is often less cruel than the future imagined repeatedly by fear. Fear can make you suffer an event hundreds of times. Reality asks you to meet it once. This does not mean that every fear is unfounded. There are times when concern carries useful information. There are times when the body recognizes danger. There are situations that require immediate action, protection, legal guidance, medical care, or emotional support. Listening inwardly does not mean dismissing warning signs. Peace is not denial. Kindness is not passivity. Patience is not remaining in danger. If something is harming you, seek support. If your well-being is at risk, choose safety. If a burden has become too difficult to carry alone, contact someone qualified to help. You never need to prove inner strength by refusing assistance. Life can work through the care of other people. It can work through a doctor, counselor, advocate, trusted friend, teacher, legal advisor, community, or family member who is safe to approach. Support does not weaken your connection with yourself. Healthy support helps restore it. The belief that you must manage alone may be another form of control. It says, if I depend on no one, I cannot be disappointed. If I ask for nothing, no one can refuse. If I carry everything myself, I can decide how everything is handled. But carrying everything yourself has a cost. It can make the world feel smaller. It can make your thoughts sound like the only truth. It can keep you inside patterns that another caring person might help you see. You are not required to know which kind of support will solve everything. You can begin with one honest sentence. I am having a difficult time. I need help understanding this. I do not feel safe. I cannot carry this alone today. I need practical guidance. I need someone to listen without trying to rush me. These sentences create movement without demanding a complete solution. They return you to what is possible now. The mind often resists small steps because it wants the whole answer. It says that one conversation is not enough. One appointment is not enough. One boundary is not enough. One day of rest is not enough. It may be correct that more will be needed. But everything meaningful begins with what can be done now. A small action does not need to complete the process to be worthwhile. A single honest choice can change what becomes possible next. You may not see the full effect when you make it. This is where the ripe apple begins to teach you. Consider the branch that carries it. The apple does not appear in its finished form. It begins small, held close, still becoming. Day by day, it receives what it needs. Light touches it. Rain reaches the roots below. The tree draws nourishment upward. The apple grows without announcing each change. No one stands beside it demanding visible progress every hour. No one pulls at it to test whether it is ready. No one opens it to check whether sweetness has formed. Its work happens quietly. There is no shame in its early stage. It is not failing because it is small. It is not behind because it remains attached. It is not rejected because the branch continues to hold it. The holding has a purpose. There are times when staying connected is part of becoming ready. The apple needs the branch before it can leave the branch. This is important. Not every attachment is a problem. Not every delay is a refusal. Not every season of being held is evidence that you are stuck. You may be receiving something from this period that is not yet visible. You may be strengthening a boundary. You may be learning what your body can no longer accept. You may be discovering the difference between loneliness and true connection. You may be building practical skill. You may be becoming less willing to trade your dignity for quick relief. You may be learning to recognize consistency rather than being persuaded by promises. You may be discovering that your own company is safer than a familiar pattern. This growth can happen quietly. The outside may look unchanged. The apple still hangs in the same place. The branch still holds it. To an impatient eye, nothing has happened. Yet inside, change continues. Sweetness develops. Color deepens. The flesh becomes ready. What looks like waiting is not empty. It is ripening. This does not mean that every difficult situation should be romanticized. It does not mean that every delay is meaningful or that every painful circumstance must be endured. An apple that is damaged may need care. A branch that is unsafe cannot be called protection. You are still allowed to act. You are still allowed to leave. You are still allowed to seek help. The lesson is not that you should remain attached to everything. The lesson is that readiness cannot always be produced by pulling. There are things you have tried to pull toward completion. You have pulled at a decision because the uncertainty felt unbearable. You have pulled at another person's feelings because their silence frightened you. You have pulled at your own healing because you were tired of being affected. You have pulled at a dream because you feared time was running out. You have pulled at yourself, demanding that you be ready, certain, successful, calm, healed, and complete before your inner life had received what it needed. This pulling may have created pain. It may have made every day feel like a test of progress. You asked yourself whether you were better yet, whether you were over it yet, whether you had achieved enough yet, whether you were finally ready yet. The question always contained a hidden criticism. Why are you not finished? But becoming cannot be rushed through shame. The apple does not become sweet because it is insulted. It does not mature because the branch threatens to withdraw its support. It changes because the conditions for change remain present long enough. What conditions help you become ready? Truth, safety, rest, nourishment, clear information, support, time away from pressure, the freedom to make a choice without being punished for it, the ability to change direction when new understanding comes, the right to feel what you feel without being defined by the feeling. These conditions do not guarantee one particular result. They help you meet the result with more of yourself present. You may have been trying to leave the branch before your inner sweetness had formed. You may have wanted the next chapter because you were ashamed of still being in this one. You may have wanted a decision because you believed uncertainty made you weak. You may have wanted immediate freedom from grief because grief made you feel unlike the person you thought you should be. You may have wanted confidence before confidence had enough honest experience to grow. There is no shame in needing time. There is no shame in receiving support. There is no shame in remaining close to what nourishes you while you become ready. The branch does not call the apple dependent. The apple does not apologize for being held. There is cooperation between them. The branch gives support. The apple continues becoming. Neither one forces the final moment. This is not endless waiting. Ripening moves toward completion, yet the completion is not created through panic. It comes when what needed to develop has developed. You may not know exactly what is developing in you now. You may only feel the discomfort of not being finished. Still, you can ask a kinder question. Instead of asking, "Why is this taking so long?" you can ask, "What am I being asked to understand before I move?" Instead of asking, "Why has the answer not arrived?" you can ask, "What information is still missing?" Instead of asking, "Why can't I make this happen?" you can ask, "What part is truly mine to do?" Instead of asking, "Why am I still affected?" You can ask, what care would help me feel safer today? These questions do not blame you. They do not guarantee that every delay contains a hidden gift. They help you stop attacking yourself while the truth becomes clearer. There is a moment when the ripe apple and the branch no longer need to hold each all. There in the same way. No argument is required. No force is needed. The apple does not tear itself away to prove independence. The branch does not push it away to prove that the season has changed. The sweetness is complete. The connection loosens. What was once necessary is no longer needed. This is the quiet dignity of readiness. You may have experienced moments like this. A habit you struggled to leave suddenly felt less convincing. A relationship you kept trying to understand became clear without another explanation. A decision you feared became calm. A role you had outgrown stopped feeling like home. You did not need to hate it. You did not need to declare the past worthless. You only knew that the connection had completed what it could complete. You could leave without turning every memory into an enemy. This is not always how endings happen. Some endings are sudden, some are painful. Some require firm protection. Some involve grief that remains for a long time. But even then, inner separation may arrive gradually. Your body may leave before your emotions understand. Your mind may understand before your heart catches up. You may make the safe choice and still miss what was familiar. Readiness does not always mean the absence of sadness. The ripe apple can leave the branch because its time has come, not because the branch was terrible. You can outgrow something without proving that it was all bad. You can be grateful for what once supported you and still know that it cannot carry you further. You can honor what you learned and refuse to repeat what harmed you. You can remember love and still choose distance. You can acknowledge that a plan once mattered and still stop forcing it to remain your future. This kind of leaving does not create a wound through unnecessary struggle. It does not require you to pull before you are ready or cling after the connection is complete. Your mind may ask how you will know. How will you know when the sweetness is complete? How will you know when to stay? How will you know when to move? There may not be one perfect sign. Readiness can contain fear. Clarity can exist beside grief. A wise choice can still feel difficult. You may know because continuing requires more self-betrayal than leaving. You may know because the facts have become consistent. You may know because you have sought support and listened carefully. You may know because your body has been asking for safety. You may know because no amount of explanation changes the pattern. You may know because the desire to move is no longer an attempt to escape one uncomfortable day. It has become a steady understanding. You may know because staying has stopped nourishing you. You may know because you are no longer waiting for the other person to give you permission. And there may be times when you do not know. Then you return to the next honest step. You gather information. You protect your well-being. You speak clearly. You ask for qualified support. You stop making permanent decisions during moments of panic when waiting is safe. You stop postponing urgent action when safety is at risk. You do not need to turn the apple into a rule for every situation. It is a teacher of timing, not a command to remain still. Its lesson is that force and readiness are not the same. Pulling does not create ripeness. Clinging does not preserve sweetness forever. The branch holds while holding serves life. Then it loosens. You can begin to see your current season with less accusation. There may be a reason you are not ready to answer today. There may be information you still need. There may be grief that deserves respect. There may be strength that needs restoration. There may be a practical foundation that has not yet been built. There may be a truth you already know, but have not felt safe enough to accept. You do not need to invent a beautiful explanation. You can remain honest. This is unclear. This is taking longer than I wanted. I am tired of waiting. I still do not know. And I will not punish myself for being here. This is a form of maturity. You stop using pain to hurry pain. You stop using fear to hurry clarity. You stop using shame to hurry growth. You become willing to support what is still becoming. You become willing to stop pulling at the branch. You become willing to see whether today asks for action, nourishment, information, protection, or rest. Each of these belongs to timing. Action has its time. Waiting has its time. Speaking has its time. Silence has its time. Staying has its time. Leaving has its time. You do not need to perform all of them at once. The confusion often comes from trying to live tomorrow's action today. You want to leave before you have the information. You want to stay after the truth has become clear. You want to speak before you understand what you mean. You remain silent after your well-being requires a voice. You rest when fear is calling itself patience. You act when fear is calling itself urgency. Kind attention helps you tell the difference. Not perfect attention, not endless thought. A quiet return to facts, values, support, and the needs of the present. What is the branch offering you now? Is it nourishment? Is it information? Is it space to become stronger? Is it familiarity that no longer supports growth? Is it a connection that has completed its season? Is it a place you need to leave safely? Is it a place you are trying to leave only because waiting makes you uncomfortable? You do not have to answer every question at once. One honest answer is enough for one day. The branch does not ask the apple to explain the entire season. It only holds what is still becoming. you can hold yourself in the same way. Not with pressure, not with accusation, with steadiness, with clear care, with enough patience to listen, with enough courage to act when action is truly yours. You are not behind because you are still becoming ready. You are not trapped merely because the final answer has not arrived. You are not powerless because you cannot control the exact moment of change. Your role is not to pull. Your role is to remain honest about what helps you grow and what prevents you from growing. Your role is to recognize nourishment. Your role is to recognize harm. Your role is to receive support. Your role is to stop gripping what has already completed its work. Your role is to respect what is not ready without turning delay into identity. There will be a moment when something loosens. It may be external. It may be within you. It may be a decision. It may be an expectation. It may be the belief that life must follow one exact form. You do not need to force that moment tonight. You can make space for it by no longer pulling against yourself. The apple becomes ready through receiving what supports life. Let this be enough for now. Receive one breath without demanding that it explain the future. Receive one moment of quiet without asking whether it will last. Receive the truth that you have already done what today required. Receive the possibility that the unfinished part of your life may still be moving. Receive your own presence. You are here. The branch is holding what is still becoming, and what becomes ready will not need to be torn from you. You can begin the handover here, not by giving away your judgment, not by giving away your responsibility, not by pretending that the outcome does not matter. You hand over the part that was never yours to control. The exact hour, the exact response, the exact route by which clarity arrives, the exact sequence in which another person understands, the exact date on which your effort becomes visible, the exact form in which goodness must reach you. You keep what belongs to you, your honesty, your boundaries, your practical care, your willingness to learn, your ability to ask for support, your right to change direction when the facts require it, your commitment to treat yourself with dignity while the answer is incomplete. This is not one great act that must be performed perfectly. It can happen in small portions. You can hand over the next 10 minutes. You can say that for the next 10 minutes, you will not pull at what is still attached. You will not test it. You will not demand that it prove its readiness. You will not take silence and turn it into a final answer. For 10 minutes, you can remain with what is actually here. The mind may continue speaking. It may remind you of all the reasons you should stay alert. It may present the same details as though they have changed since the last time you examined them. It may insist that one more round of thought will make you safer. You do not need to argue. You can answer with one calm truth. Nothing new has happened in this moment. If something new has happened, you can respond to it. If nothing new has happened, you do not need to manufacture an emergency from the absence of news. This distinction can return much of your strength. There is what is happening, and that is what the mind is adding. What is happening may be that you are waiting for a response. What the mind adds is that the response will never come, that you have been rejected, and that this silence proves something painful about your worth. What is happening may be that a plan has changed. What the mind adds is that your whole future is ruined. What is happening may be that you need more information. What the mind adds is that not knowing makes you incapable. What is happening may be that another person is uncertain. What the mind adds is that you must become more impressive, more patient, more pleasing, or less honest to secure their choice. The added story can create more pain than the present fact. You can meet the fact without accepting every story. The fact may still require action. Send the document. Ask the direct question. Speak with someone experienced. Create a safer plan. Leave the room. Rest before deciding. Give the matter one more day. Set a clear limit. Accept the answer that consistent behavior has already shown you. These actions do not need fear to make them valid. You can choose them from steadiness. You may have become accustomed to waiting until your distress becomes unbearable before you act. You endure, examine, explain, and hope. Then, when the inner pressure becomes too great, you make a sudden move. Afterward, you may question whether the decision came from wisdom or exhaustion. You deserve another way. You can respond before reaching the point of collapse. You can listen to the first clear signs. You can take discomfort seriously without turning it into catastrophe. You can ask for support while you still have energy to consider what you hear. You can set a boundary before resentment becomes your only voice. You can rest before your body demands it through complete depletion. You can acknowledge that something does not fit without waiting for it to become unbearable. Respecting timing includes recognizing when the time for an action has already arrived. It is not always about waiting longer. Sometimes the mind says wait because waiting is familiar. Sometimes it says wait because action may disappoint someone. Sometimes it says wait because choosing yourself will change the connection. Sometimes it says wait because the unknown after leaving feels more frightening than the known pain of staying. The ripe apple does not remain attached after the connection has completed its purpose. The branch does not keep it through guilt. The apple does not remain to prove loyalty. There is a natural honesty in the moment of parting. For you, that honesty may require thought, advice, safety planning, and real-world care. Human lives are more complex than a single image. You may need time to arrange what protects you. You may need qualified guidance. You may need help from people who understand the situation. Still, the inner recognition can be clear. This cannot continue in the same way. That sentence does not require anger. It does not require hatred. It does not require you to erase every good memory. It only asks you to stop denying what you know. There are other times when the mind pushes for action too soon. It says you must decide now because uncertainty feels intolerable. It demands an immediate answer from another person. It seeks a new connection before the old grief has been fully acknowledged. It tries to replace one plan before understanding why the first one ended. The pressure does not always come from readiness. Sometimes it comes from the wish to escape the open space. An open space can feel lonely because it does not yet contain a clear identity. You are no longer who you were in the old situation. You do not yet know who you will become outside it. You are no longer certain that the old plan belongs to you. You do not yet have a complete new plan. You have stepped away from one form of life, but the next form has not taken shape. This middle period can tempt you to attach yourself to the first available answer. You may want immediate definition, a new role, a new promise, a new goal, a new person who makes you feel chosen, a new deadline that gives the mind something to chase. There is nothing wrong with new beginnings, but a beginning chosen only to avoid the middle may carry the same patterns forward. You can remain in the open period long enough to hear yourself. You can ask what you truly miss. You can ask what you do not miss. You can ask which parts of the old life nourished you and which parts required you to abandon yourself. You can ask whether your next choice is being shaped by desire or by the fear of having no choice. You do not have to answer quickly. The apple does not rush from the branch into another attachment. Its readiness is complete before the separation occurs. You can let your own readiness become more complete. That may mean learning to be alone without calling yourself unwanted. It may mean learning to receive care without becoming dependent on approval. It may mean learning to recognize calm as safety rather than boredom. It may mean learning that consistency matters more than intensity. It may mean learning to speak a need without apologizing for having it. It may mean learning that a boundary is not a punishment. It may mean learning to leave the first time a pattern becomes clearly unsafe rather than waiting for the pattern to prove itself again. This learning is not a test you must pass before you deserve a better life. It is part of the support that helps you choose with greater wholeness. You are not being withheld from goodness until you become perfect. You are becoming more able to recognize what is good for you. There is a difference. Perfection says you must remove every fear before receiving love. Wholeness says fear can be present while you remain honest. Perfection says you must never make another mistake. Wholeness says you can repair, learn, and choose again. Perfection says your past disqualifies you. Wholeness says your past can inform you without controlling you. Perfection says you must become entirely certain. Wholeness says you can move with enough clarity for the next step. This is the kind of readiness that does not need to shout. It becomes visible through how you treat yourself. You no longer beg a closed connection to define your value. You no longer accept confusion as the permanent price of closeness. You no longer call exhaustion ambition. You no longer call self-neglect patience. You no longer call fear intuition merely because fear speaks loudly. You pause. You look at the facts. You listen to the body. You seek wise support. You remember what your values require. Then you choose what protects your dignity and keeps you connected to reality. The handover becomes clearer now. You are not giving life every decision. You are giving life the part beyond your decision. You choose whether to send the honest message. You cannot choose the reply. You choose whether to apply. You cannot command the result. You choose whether to speak the boundary. You cannot control whether someone respects it. You choose whether to seek help. You cannot decide in advance how quickly the process will unfold. You choose whether to care for yourself today. You cannot force every old pattern to disappear by tomorrow. Your choice matters. The remaining motion is not evidence that your choice failed. Many people abandon wise choices because the reward is not immediate. They set a boundary, then feel lonely. They rest, then feel guilty. They speak honestly, then feel exposed. They leave what was harmful, then miss what was familiar. They begin something meaningful, then feel uncertain. These feelings do not always mean the choice was wrong. They may be the feelings that come when an old attachment is loosening. The apple can be ready to leave the branch and still enter an unfamiliar experience. Readiness does not remove every sensation. It changes the relationship to the sensation. You can feel lonely without returning to what diminished you. You can feel grief without deciding that the ending was a mistake. You can feel doubt without undoing a choice made from clear evidence. You can feel nervous while taking a healthy step. You can miss someone and still know that distance is necessary. You can care and still say no. You can remember the sweetness of an earlier season and still accept that the connection no longer nourishes you. This is one of the deepest forms of inner maturity. You stop treating every feeling as an instruction. A feeling is real. It deserves care. It may carry useful information, but it is not always a command. Fear may say return. Wisdom may say remain where you are and ask for support. Loneliness may say contact the person who repeatedly harmed you. Self-respect may say call someone safe instead. Guilt may say remove the boundary. Clarity may say the boundary is necessary, even though it disappoints someone. Urgency may say decide today. Reality may say me, or information is needed. A feeling can be welcomed without being placed in charge. You can say, I hear you. You can say, I understand why you are here. You can say, I will care for you. And you can still choose according to what is true. The mind may fear that this makes you cold. It does not. It makes your care more reliable. When every feeling directs your action, your life becomes difficult to inhabit. A different mood can produce a different choice. One moment of fear undoes a week of clarity. One kind message makes you forget a repeated pattern. One difficult morning makes you abandon a meaningful direction. Steadiness gives emotion a safe place without asking emotion to carry the whole future. The branch holds the apple while ripeness forms. In the same way, your values can hold you while feelings change. Your values can say, I do not remain where I am unsafe. Your values can say, I do not use another person's vulnerability against them. Your values can say, I ask for help when I need it. Your values can say, I do not make promises I cannot keep. Your values can say, I care for my body even when the mind is busy. Your values can say, I do not abandon myself to secure someone else's approval. Values do not predict the outcome. They tell you who you want to be while the outcome is unknown. This is enough ground for one step. You may wish for more. You may wish for a sign so clear that no doubt remains. You may wish that the future would lean close and confirm that your choice will lead exactly where you hope. That certainty may not come, but another kind of assurance can grow. You can become assured that you will remain with yourself. You can become assured that you will ask for help when the situation exceeds what you can carry alone. You can become assured that you will respond to new information. You can become assured that you are permitted to change your mind when honesty requires it. You can become assured that an imperfect choice does not end your life. You can become assured that you will not use one disappointment as evidence that all goodness has left. This assurance is not about the world obeying you. It is about no longer abandoning yourself when the world does not. Let the handover become personal now. Name the matter silently. Do not explain it. Do not build the entire history. Name only the center of it, the answer you want, the decision you fear, the person you are waiting for, the change you cannot speed up, the part of yourself you are trying to hurry. Hold the matter in your awareness without tightening around it. Then recognize the branch. What is still supporting you? There may be one person who listens with care. There may be a safe place. There may be a practical skill you have built. There may be work that gives shape to the day. There may be treatment, counsel, or professional guidance available. There may be a boundary you have already begun. There may be a truth you can no longer deny. There may be a small amount of strength returning. You do not need to call the entire situation good. Only recognize what is supporting life within you now. Then recognize what has completed its work. An old belief may have completed its work. The belief that worry prevents pain. The belief that being chosen proves worth. The belief that you must have the answer before you can rest. The belief that another person's delay defines your future. The belief that you must remain loyal to a version of life that no longer fits. You do not have to tear these beliefs away. You can stop feeding them. You can stop repeating them as facts. You can stop arranging your whole day around them. You can let the connection loosen through honest practice. Each time the old belief appears, you can answer with the new line. I trust ripeness to choose its moment. This does not mean that everything you want will arrive. It means you will stop demanding that force create readiness. It means you will respect the moment when action is clear. It means you will respect the period when more truth is still forming. It means you will not use shame to speed your inner growth. It means you will not cling after the connection has completed its purpose. Let the words settle without trying to believe them perfectly. I trust ripeness to choose its moment. A part of you may resist. It may say that time has already taken too much. It may say that you have waited long enough. It may say that other people have moved ahead. It may say that trusting any process is foolish because you have been disappointed before. Do not push this part aside. It has evidence of its own. It remembers the wait that ended painfully. It remembers the hope that was not fulfilled. It remembers the person who asked for patience while continuing to cause harm. It remembers promises that used timing as an excuse. This part needs clarity, not pleasant language. You can tell it that respecting timing does not mean accepting endless delay from someone who avoids responsibility. You can tell it that patience does not require you to remain available to inconsistency. You can tell it that you are permitted to set a date, ask a direct question, request professional guidance, or make a decision based on the facts already present. You can tell it that the apple's readiness belongs to the apple. You are not required to wait forever for another person to become ready. Their ripening is theirs. Your life is yours. You can honor their process from a distance. You can care without placing your future inside their hands. You can wish them growth without volunteering to absorb the cost of their refusal to grow. You can stop pulling them toward honesty. You can stop holding the branch for them. You can stop explaining the same wound to someone committed to misunderstanding it. This is not punishment. It is the end of trying to perform another person's inner work. Your smaller line can begin here. If the core affirmation feels too large, see this. I am willing to stop forcing today. Willingness is enough. You do not have to feel confident. You do not have to feel peaceful. You do not have to approve of the delay. You only need a small opening in the old pattern. I am willing to stop forcing today. This line does not bind you to inaction. You may still make the call. You may still leave. You may still seek urgent support. You may still speak. You may still decide. You stop forcing the result, not the responsible action. You stop forcing another person's understanding. You stop forcing yourself to recover on a schedule created by shame. You stop forcing certainty where the facts remain incomplete. You stop forcing attachment after the connection has become harmful. There is movement without force. The ripe apple changes every day, even though it does not pull itself from the branch. You can change through care, through honest repetition, through boundaries kept more than once, through rest taken before exhaustion, through choices that match your values, through support accepted without apology, through seeing a pattern clearly and refusing to rename it. This kind of change can feel slower because it is not dramatic, yet it reaches deeper. It teaches the body that you can be safe without controlling every variable. It teaches the mind that an unanswered question does not require constant attention. It teaches the heart that love and self-abandonment are not the same. It teaches you that readiness is not a performance. You may still have difficult days. You may check again. You may send a message from fear. You may return to an old habit. You may question the boundary. You may compare your progress. None of this erases what you are learning. A return to an old pattern is not proof that the new pattern is false. It is an opportunity to return again. You do not need to punish yourself for forgetting. Remembering becomes stronger through use. Today, you remember for 1 minute, another day for 10. Then a difficult event pulls you back into urgency. You seek support. You become honest. You begin again. This is how steadiness grows, not as a perfect upward movement, as repeated return. The branch continues offering nourishment through changing weather. The apple does not declare itself ruined because one day was colder. It continues receiving what is available. You can receive what is available today: a meal, a glass of water, a conversation with someone safe, a period away from the screen, a clear piece of information, a kind but firm no, a necessary appointment, an hour in which the problem is not discussed, a task completed without immediate evaluation. These are not distractions from your life. They are part of your life. You do not need to keep the unresolved matter at the center of every moment to prove that it matters. You are allowed to place it at the side while you attend to something else. It will still be there when attention is useful again. The mind may say that saint, ebbing away, is dangerous. But constant attention can make perception less clear. It can make every detail seem equally important. It can make you react to changes too small to carry meaning. It can make you hear rejection in neutral words and promises in words that are not supported by action. Distance can restore proportion. You return and ask, has anything actually changed? Is there new information? Is action needed? Am I responding to reality or to the discomfort of waiting? This is not cold analysis. It is compassionate accuracy. You deserve to know the difference between a present need and a repeated fear. You deserve to make choices from the clearest place available to you. The third delivery of the core line can be held with this understanding. It is not a promise that life will never disappoint you. It is a commitment to stop pulling at what cannot be made ready through pressure. I trust ripeness to choose its moment. Let it mean that your truth can become clear without cruelty. Let it mean that you can leave when leaving is wise. Let it mean that you can wait when waiting is safe. Let it mean that you can act without demanding a guaranteed result. Let it mean that another person's timing does not own your life. Let it mean that your worth is not measured by speed. Let it mean that grief can take the time it takes without becoming your identity. Let it mean that support is part of wise care. Let it mean that you will not remain in danger and call it patience. Let it mean that you will not abandon responsibility and call it faith. The difference between releasing an outcome and abandoning responsibility is important. Releasing the outcome says, I will prepare well and accept that I cannot control every response. Abandoning responsibility says, I will ignore what must be done and expect life to repair it for me. Releasing the outcome says, I will speak honestly and respect that another person has their own choice. Abandoning responsibility says, I will remain silent, avoid the issue, and hope the problem disappears. Releasing the outcome says, I will seek help and follow sound guidance. Abandoning responsibility says, I will use comforting words to avoid necessary care. Releasing the outcome says, I will protect myself while accepting that healing may take time. Abandoning responsibility says, I will remain in harm because leaving feels difficult. Your path asks for participation. It does not ask for total control. You are a partner with your life, not its sole manager. You bring effort. Life brings factors beyond effort. You bring honesty. Other people bring their freedom to respond. You bring preparation. Circumstance brings conditions you could not predict. You bring care. Time brings information. You bring the willingness to learn. Experience reveals what cannot be known in advance. There is dignity in this partnership. You are neither powerless nor all-powerful. You have influence. You have limits. Both truths can exist together. When you accept influence without demanding control, action becomes cleaner. You act because it is yours to do. You stop when your part is complete. You remain available for new information. You revise when revision is wise. You do not remain mentally attached to every completed step. You do not stand beside the apple and keep pulling to see whether your care has worked. You nourish what you can nourish. Then you give growth room. Some part of your life may be asking for that room now. A new skill may need practice without constant judgment. A relationship may need honest observation rather than immediate definition. A decision may need facts. Your body may need care without being measured every day. Your grief may need expression without being treated as a problem to finish. Your future may need you to stop filling it with one old picture. Space is not neglect when it is conscious. Space can be a form of respect. You respect the truth enough not to manufacture it. You respect yourself enough not to force a yes. You respect another person enough not to manage their answer. You respect the process enough to seek the right support. You respect safety enough to act when danger is present. You respect time enough not to use it as an excuse for endless avoidance. This balance may need practice. You may move too quickly one day and wait too long another. You will learn. You are not expected to become perfectly wise before making another choice. You can consult. You can correct. You can apologize. You can step back. You can begin again. One imperfect action does not destroy the whole process. The apple does not become ready through one perfect day. Readiness is formed through many small exchanges, receiving, changing, deepening, loosening. Your inner life is permitted the same patience. There is no need to inspect yourself every hour. You do not have to ask whether you have finally changed. Live the next choice. That choice will tell you more than constant evaluation. Choose the honest sentence. Choose the safe person. Choose the needed rest. Choose the practical step. Choose the boundary that matches the evidence. Choose not to reopen the argument inside your mind tonight. Then leave the rest where it belongs. You may still feel the old pull. It may return as you finish reading these words. It may say, yes, but what if? You can answer, if something happens, I will meet what happens. If new information arrives, I will respond. If I need help, I will seek it. If the truth changes, I can change with it. For now, I will not punish myself with imagined certainty. This is enough. You do not need to secure the entire future before the next breath. You do not need to decide the value of this season before it ends. You do not need to know whether you will someday be grateful for it. You only need to stop turning the unknown into evidence against yourself. You are not late. You are not defective. You are not forgotten because an answer is delayed. You are not unworthy because another person is unready. You are not failing because growth is quiet. You are not trapped because you need support. You are not weak because the open space is difficult. You are learning how to remain present without pulling. You are learning how to act without controlling. You are learning how to leave without hatred. You are learning how to wait without self-abandonment. You are learning how to receive the next truth at the moment it becomes clear. For now, let the branch hold what still needs nourishment. Let what has completed its season loosen. Let your role be honest. Let your care be practical. Let your boundaries be real. Let your heart remain open without being unprotected. And let the next moment be enough. There is a quiet freedom in knowing that feelings may remain even after you stop carrying the assignment attached to them. You may still feel concern. You may still miss someone. You may still wish the answer were different. You may still feel disappointed that life has not unfolded according to the plan you held so carefully. These feelings do not mean you have failed to loosen your grip. They mean you are alive. They mean something mattered. They mean your heart has been involved. You do not need to remove every feeling before you can stop managing what is beyond your control. The sadness can stay while the endless checking goes. The care can stay while the chasing ends. The memory can stay while the old obligation leaves. The wish can stay while the demand for one exact outcome softens. The love can stay while you choose a necessary boundary. This separation may be new to you. You may have believed that caring meant carrying everything connected to what you cared about. You may have believed that love required constant availability, unlimited patience, repeated explanations, or the willingness to wait without a limit. But care does not need to become captivity. You can care about someone and accept that you cannot change them. You can care about a relationship and recognize that it is not safe or healthy for you. You can care about the future and stop trying to control every detail. You can care about your work and still rest. You can care about your family and refuse responsibility for every adult choice. You can care about the way others feel without making their feelings more important than your well-being. This is not selfishness, it is honesty. Without honesty, care becomes confused. You begin doing things no one has truly asked you to do. You anticipate needs until your own needs disappear from view. You solve problems that belong to other people. You carry the emotional consequences of decisions you did not make. You stay available because absence feels like guilt. Then resentment grows quietly. Exhaustion becomes normal. You begin to feel unseen, yet you keep hiding yourself beneath service. Healthy care has shape. It has limits. It can say yes with hate warmth. It can say no without hatred. It can help without taking over. It can remain present without becoming responsible for another person's entire life. It can step away when staying causes harm. The branch supports the apple, but it does not become the apple. It offers what belongs to its role. The apple receives and continues its own becoming. Neither one can complete the other's work. This is true in your relationships. You can offer encouragement. You cannot create another person's courage. You can speak honestly. You cannot make another person value honesty. You can explain a boundary. You cannot make someone respect it. You can invite repair. you cannot repair alone. You can forgive in your own time. You do not have to restore access to someone who remains unsafe. Forgiveness and renewed closeness are not the same. Compassion and permission are not the same. Understanding someone's pain does not require you to accept the harm created by that pain. You can understand why someone behaves as they do and still decide that their behavior cannot continue in your life. You can remember their wounds without volunteering to become another place where those wounds are acted out. You can wish them healing while protecting yourself. You can stop arguing with the truth because the truth feels sad. Sad truth is still truth. A painful fact is still worthy of your attention. The mind may try to negotiate. It may say that the person will change if you become more patient. It may tell you that leaving means you did not love enough. It may insist that protecting yourself is harsh. Look at the pattern rather than the promise. Look at consistent action rather than a brief period of improvement. Look at how your body feels in the connection. Look at whether honesty is safe. Look at whether your no is respected. Look at whether responsibility is shared. You do not need to make a quick judgment from one imperfect moment. Everyone has difficult days. Everyone makes mistakes. But repeated harm matters. Repeated dishonesty matters. Repeated pressure against your boundaries matters. Your safety matters. When protection is needed, choose protection. Speak with people who can help. Seek professional care when the situation calls for it. Make a plan. Use available resources. Do not wait for perfect emotional readiness before taking necessary action. You are permitted to leave while still feeling attached. You are permitted to seek help while still feeling confused. You are permitted to act before every part of you agrees. Sometimes the part that has lived with harm for a long time will be the last part to believe that safety is possible. Give that part care. Do not let it make every decision alone. There are also responsibilities that remain yours even as you loosen your grip. Bills may still need attention. Appointments may still need to be made. Work may still need to be completed. A difficult conversation may still need to happen. A child, elder, or dependent may still require care. Your health may still require skilled support and consistent action. Releasing the outcome does not erase these responsibilities. It changes the spirit in which you meet them. You can make the appointment without predicting the result. You can prepare the documents without deciding that one decision will define your whole future. You can care for someone without refusing all care for yourself. You can complete the task without measuring your worth by its reception. You can have the conversation without rehearsing it through every hour that comes before it. You can act with steadiness instead of fear. Responsibility is usually specific. Fear is endless. Responsibility says, make the call. Fear says, imagine every possible consequence for the next 3 days. Responsibility says, review the facts. Fear says, search until you find a guarantee. Responsibility says, speak clearly. Fear says, explain until no one can misunderstand you. Responsibility says, choose safety. Fear says, remain until everyone agrees that leaving is justified. You can learn to hear the difference. One voice gives you a task. The other gives you an entire world to control. Complete the task. Return the world. This may be one of the most loving practices you ever learn. Do what is yours, then let the action leave your hands. You may still think about it. That is natural. But each time the mind reaches back to pull at the result, you can remind yourself that the task is complete for now. You do not need to complete it again through thought. You do not need to repeat the conversation in your head to keep its meaning alive. You do not need to check constantly to prove that you remain attentive. The branch does not tug the apple after offering nourishment. It does not keep asking whether growth is occurring. Its part is quiet. Your part can become quieter too. There may be a discomfort in this quiet. Without constant mental activity, feelings may become easier to hear. You may realize that beneath the worry is grief. Beneath the checking is loneliness. Beneath the planning is fear of being disappointed. Beneath the need to know is a wish to feel protected. This is not a setback. It is a deeper honesty. Worry may have been keeping you busy enough not to feel what was underneath it. When the activity slows, the heart may speak. Listen without demanding that the feeling disappear. You can say, this hurts. You can say, I wanted something different. You can say, I am afraid. You can say, I feel alone. You can say, I need support. These sentences do not make the pain larger. They stop the pain from having to disguise itself. A feeling that is named can receive care. A feeling hidden beneath endless thought keeps asking for attention through repetition. You may not know what care the feeling needs. Begin with the body. The body has carried the effort of waiting. It has carried unfinished conversations, imagined outcomes, and the strive of remaining prepared. It deserves a direct experience of being released from duty. Not forever, not completely, for one breath at a time. Before the body unwinds, take one silent moment of gratitude. Nothing needs to be said aloud. You may feel gratitude for the part of you that kept going. You may feel gratitude for one safe person. You may feel gratitude for the strength to recognize what must change. You may feel gratitude for the body that has carried you through uncertainty. You may feel nothing at all. Even the willingness to pause is enough. No feeling needs to be manufactured. Let the moment remain silent. Now breathe in without trying to make the breath unusually deep. Receive only what comes naturally. The change begins on the out-breath. The out-breath does not need to push. It only needs to leave. As it leaves, Let the hands stop holding the invisible work of tomorrow. Let the fingers uncurl from the answers they cannot secure. Let the palms become empty without calling emptiness a loss. Let the wrists become free from the urge to reach, check, and correct. Let the lower arms rest from carrying imagined conversations. Let the elbows loosen from the posture of constant readiness. Let the upper arms return the strength they have been using to brace. Let the shoulders lower from duties that do not belong to this moment. Let the back of the neck soften around all that remains unknown. Let the jaw stop preparing words that do not need to be spoken now. Let the tongue rest from explaining, defending, and predicting. Let the space around the eyes loosen from watching for change. Let the forehead become smooth without needing a solution. Let the face be held by the quiet dignity of this breath. Let the throat become free from every sentence you swallowed to keep the peace. Let the chest set down the fear that care must always hurt. Let the heart keep its feelings without keeping every assignment. Let the ribs loosen around the future you have been trying to contain. Let the breath leave without carrying a promise. Let the belly stop preparing for the worst possible news. Let the center of the body remember that this moment is here. Let the hips rest from holding you ready to run toward an answer. Let the thighs release the pressure to move before you are clear. Let the knees loosen from the fear of choosing the wrong direction. Let the lower legs become quiet beneath you. Let the ankles stop balancing every possible future. Let the feet return to the ground that is real now. Let the toes become still from gripping for certainty. Let the whole body step away from the work of prediction. Let the whole body receive one moment without demand. The body may not soften all at once. A shoulder may remain raised. The jaw may tighten again. The thoughts may continue moving. Nothing has gone wrong. You are not trying to produce a perfect state. You are offering a different instruction. The old instruction said, "Stay ready until the answer comes." The new instruction says, "Respond when response is needed." Between those moments, you may rest. The body learns through repetition. It learns from every ordinary moment in which nothing terrible happens after you stop checking. It learns when you set the phone down and the world continues. It learns when you ask someone else to help. It learns when you make one clear plan instead of 10 fearful plans. It learns when you keep a boundary despite guilt. It learns when you choose food, water, movement, or sleep before finishing every thought. It learns when you stop explaining yourself to someone who is not listening. It learns when you seek qualified support rather than carrying the problem alone. These experiences become new evidence. You are not telling the body that all uncertainty is safe. You are teaching it that uncertainty and immediate danger are not always the same. When danger is real, you act. When action is complete, you stop acting inside your mind. This is the practice. You may need to do it many times. One breath, one completed task, one return to the present, one reminder that feelings can stay while assignments leave. The release. Rain can begin now. Each line is small enough to hold. You do not need to believe every line with equal strength. Receive the ones that meet you. Let the others pass. I release the need to predict every ending. I release the belief that worry protects me. I release the habit of checking for proof. I release the pressure to understand everything today. I release the deadline created by comparison. I release responsibility for another person's readiness. I release the need to earn a clear answer. I release the story that silence defines my worth. I release the urge to force a decision. I release the fear that rest causes loss. I release the shame of needing more time. I release the demand for perfect confidence. I release the need to be understood by everyone. I release the work that belongs to others. I release the outcome after honest effort. I release the wish to control every response. I release the habit of rehearsing pain. I release the fear of an open future. I release old promises that no longer fit. I release the need to prove my patience. I release attachment to one exact form. I release the belief that I am late. I release the pressure to heal quickly. I release the guilt that follows my boundaries. I release what has completed its season. I release the habit of pulling at clarity. I release tomorrow from today's hands. I release the answer for this breath. I release the need to watch. I release the need to chase. I release the need to convince. I release the need to hurry. I release imagined conversations. I release borrowed duties. I release old urgency. I release false guilt. I release the struggle. I release the pressure. I release the deadline. I release the demand. I release the pulling. I release the checking. I release the replay. I release the defense. I release the weight. I release this hour. I release for now. I choose honesty. I choose safety. I choose support. I choose clear care. I choose one step. I choose this breath. I am willing. I am present. I am here. For now. Enough now. One breath. The final lines do not ask you to become smaller. They bring the task back to its true size. One breath, one fact, one choice, one period of rest, one request for help, one boundary kept. The whole future does not need to enter this moment. The body cannot live next month today. It can only live here. When the mind returns to the unanswered matter, do not scold it. Thank it for trying to protect you. Then ask whether there is a real task. If there is a real task, name it clearly. Make the call tomorrow morning. Review the document at 3. Speak with the advisor. Ask for support. Leave the unsafe place. Complete the necessary work. When the task is specific, it can be placed at a specific time. Until then, it does not need to occupy every hour. If there is no task, the mind is asking you to wait through thought. Thought cannot complete the waiting. Only time can move through time. You can live while it moves. This is not an instruction to stop caring. It is permission to stop serving the same question all day. Your life contains more than this uncertainty. There are parts of you that have received very little attention because the unanswered matter has taken so much space. There may be creativity waiting for an ordinary hour. There may be friendship waiting for your full presence. There may be rest waiting without needing to be earned. There may be a room that feels different when you stop carrying the future through it. There may be food you can taste. There may be work you can complete with calm attention. There may be grief that needs a safe place to be felt. There may be laughter that does not betray the seriousness of what you are facing. You are allowed to experience relief before the situation is resolved. Relief is not denial. A peaceful moment does not mean you have forgotten. It means you have stopped requiring continuous pain as evidence of care. You do not need to remain miserable to prove loyalty. You do not need to remain anxious to prove responsibility. You do not need to remain focused on loss to honor what mattered. Your heart is capable of holding more than one truth. You can be sad and grateful. You can be uncertain and responsible. You can miss someone and protect yourself. You can want an outcome and remain open to another future. You can feel afraid and still act wisely. You can be tired and still worthy. You can be unfinished and still whole. The apple does not wait to be declared worthy of nourishment. It receives what supports its becoming. You can receive support before you have solved everything. You can receive kindness before you have proven strength. You can receive rest before the work is complete. You can receive help before you know exactly what to ask for. You can receive your own compassion now. The branch and the apple agree to part when their shared work is complete. Until then, holding is not failure. After then, loosening is not betrayal. Let this truth reach the places in you that have been confused about staying and leaving. You do not need to stay because something once nourished you. You do not need to leave merely because uncertainty is uncomfortable. You can examine what is true now. Is the connection still supporting life? Is growth still possible? Is honesty present? Is safety present? Is responsibility shared? Does remaining require you to deny repeated facts? Does leaving require practical support that you have not yet arranged? These are real questions. They deserve more than panic. Give them facts. Give them time when time is safe. Give them skilled support when the situation is complex. Do not give them endless mental punishment. The answer may not arrive in one moment, but your relationship with yourself can change now. You can promise not to shame yourself for needing clarity. You can promise not to abandon your safety to preserve an appearance. You can promise not to turn one unknown into a judgment about your whole life. You can promise to complete your part and stop there. The body has begun learning this promise through the out-breath. The hands have been told they can become empty. The shoulders have been told they can lower. The heart has been told it can keep love without carrying every duty. The feet have been returned to what is real. Carry this less as an idea and more as a small physical truth. You are sitting, standing, or resting here. The future is not physically inside your hands. The answer is not stored in the tension of your jaw. Another person's readiness is not held in your shoulders. Your worth is not waiting in a message. You are here before the answer. You remain here after the answer. Whatever comes, you will meet it from the next real moment. You do not need to meet it now. For now, the assignment is smaller. Breathe out. Complete what belongs to today. Seek help where help is wise. Protect what needs protection. Stop pulling at what cannot be made ready through force. Let the branch support what is still growing. Let the connection loosen where its season is complete. You have carried enough imagined work. You can set it down. Not because nothing matters, because you matter too. The answer may come later than your mind would choose. The decision may take longer than your fear prefers. Another person may remain uncertain. A plan may continue changing. You may wake tomorrow and find that the unfinished matter is still unfinished. None of this takes away the peace you are learning to carry today. Peace is not a reward delivered after every question disappears. It is a way of standing beside yourself while some questions remain open. It is the choice to stop treating your own heart as the price of getting through an uncertain season. You have already given enough energy to imagined endings. You have already rehearsed enough explanations. You have already tried to watch time closely enough to make it move according to your wishes. Now you can live differently. You can wake and meet the day before meeting the question. You can drink water before checking for news. You can place your feet on the floor before placing your attention in the future. You can complete one ordinary act without asking whether the larger matter has changed. These choices do not deny what you care about. They remind you that the uncertainty is part of your life, not the whole of your life. This return gives the mind a true place to stand. It gives the body a beginning and an end. It lets you know when your part has been completed for the day. Your part is allowed to end. You do not have to remain mentally at work after the work is done. You do not have to reopen every decision before sleeping, while eating, during conversation, or in the middle of a quiet hour. A completed action can remain complete until new information arrives. This may feel unnatural at first. The mind may return to the old matter because it knows the route well. It may enter before you realize what has happened. One thought becomes 5. 5 become an imagined conversation. The imagined conversation becomes an ending. The ending becomes a feeling in the body. When you become aware of this, return without blame. You do not need to say, "I have failed again." You can say, "I have returned to an old protection." Then ask whether anything real needs attention now. If the answer is yes, attend to it. If the answer is no, come back. Come back to the room. Come back to the task. Come back to the person speaking. Come back to the body that is living this day. Returning is how you stop giving the unfinished future more life than the present. Every return tells you that your attention belongs to you. Every return says that fear may speak, but it does not own the whole day. Every return says that another person's timing cannot decide whether you are permitted to live fully. You may still lose yourself in thought for an hour. You may still check before remembering. You may still wake with the question already present. Begin from there. No punishment, no dramatic promise, no demand that tomorrow be perfect, only another return. The ripe apple does not become ready through one heroic moment. Its sweetness is formed through continued nourishment. The branch remains steady, change gathers quietly. Your new way of living can gather quietly too. A boundary kept once becomes easier to recognize the next time. A request for help makes another request possible. A peaceful hour shows the body that constant alarm is not required. A decision delayed until you have facts teaches the mind that urgency is not always wisdom. A necessary action taken despite fear teaches the heart that waiting is not always the answer. You are learning both movements. You are learning when to remain attached to what nourishes you. You are learning when the connection has completed its work. You are learning when more time supports truth. You are learning when more time only extends harm. This learning deserves patience, but not passivity. It deserves compassion, but not denial. It deserves support, especially when the situation is complex or unsafe. You are never required to make a difficult decision alone, merely to prove strength. Wise people seek perspective. They ask questions. They gather facts. They use professional care. They let trusted support stand beside them while they make choices that affect their safety and well-being. There is no failure in needing another person's knowledge. There is no weakness in saying, "I cannot see this clearly by myself." There is no shame in needing practical help before an inner decision can become an outer action. Readiness does not always feel calm. Sometimes, readiness is the moment you finally admit that what is happening cannot continue. Sometimes it is the moment you stop asking whether your pain is serious enough. Sometimes it is the moment you believe the pattern rather than the apology. Sometimes it is the moment you tell one safe person the truth. Sometimes it is the moment you make the appointment. Sometimes it is the moment you stop returning. The branch and fruit agree to part without a wound when the natural work is complete. Your life may not always offer such a clean parting. There may be grief. There may be conflict. There may be consequences. There may be a long period of adjustment. The lesson is not that every ending will be painless. The lesson is that you do not need to create additional pain by pulling before truth is ready or clinging after truth is clear. You can stop arguing with what consistent experience has shown you. You can stop rushing what still needs honest development. Both are forms of respect. You respect the facts. You respect your needs. You respect time without worshiping delay. You respect action without using action to escape every uncomfortable feeling. This balance is not discovered once. It is lived. One day, the wise choice may be to wait. Another day, the wise choice may be to speak. Another day, it may be to leave. Another day, it may be to stay and do the patient work of repair. Another day, It may be to admit that repair requires two willing people and cannot be carried by one. You can meet each day without forcing it to copy the day before. Change does not always mean that the past was a mistake. The branch was not wrong to hold the apple. The apple was not wrong to receive. The parting does not erase the nourishment. In the same way, you can honor what was real without making it permanent. You can appreciate what a person once gave and still acknowledge what they can no longer give. You can value the work you once did and still know that your life asks for a different use of your energy. You can be grateful for an earlier version of yourself and still stop asking that version to lead you now. You can carry the learning without carrying the attachment. This is how the past becomes useful without becoming a command. You are not required to keep repeating a familiar pattern until a perfect alternative appears. This is how an unclear future becomes a series of clear present choices. The whole answer may remain hidden. The next action may still be visible. You do not need to confuse those two things. A person can lack certainty and still possess wisdom. Wisdom does not always say where the story ends. It often says how to behave now. Tell the truth. Protect what is vulnerable. Ask for help. Do not promise what you cannot give. Rest before resentment takes over. Look at repeated action. Do not use hope to erase evidence. Do not use fear to erase possibility. These principles do not control the result. They keep you close to yourself while the result develops. There is peace in being close to yourself. Not because you will always agree with every feeling, not because you will never make a mistake, because you will remain willing to listen, correct, and care. You will not leave yourself alone inside the consequences of a difficult choice. You will not use shame as the voice of guidance. You will not call yourself foolish merely because you hoped. You will not call yourself weak merely because you stayed longer than you now wish you had. You will not call yourself a failure because you need to begin again. Beginning again is part of living. The apple's parting is not the end of life. It is the completion of one relationship with the branch. What comes after is not visible from the earlier stage. You do not need to invent what comes after your current season. You only need to stop believing that the end of one attachment is the end of all nourishment. You do not need certainty in order to leave room for goodness. A softer way is possible. You can remain open and discerning. You can hope and observe. You can care and keep boundaries. You can begin slowly. You can ask questions. You can let consistency earn closeness. You can let time reveal what words cannot prove. This is not the confidence that nothing painful will happen. It is confidence that you can respond without abandoning yourself. that confidence has already begun growing. You have recognized that endless thought is not the same as wise preparation. You have recognized that another person's readiness is not your duty. You have recognized that waiting can be useful, and that waiting can also become avoidance. You have recognized that safety, responsibility, and support belong inside any honest understanding of timing. These recognitions change the way you carry the next day. You may still wake with uncertainty, but uncertainty does not have to receive the first word. You can begin with the body. Here are my hands. Here is my breath. Here is the ground. Here is the task that belongs to this morning. The larger question can wait until attention is useful. You do not need to offer it every moment, and when the answer finally arrives, you may discover that the most important change was not the answer itself. It was the way you learned to remain with yourself before it came. You learned that you could survive the open space. You learned that you could take action without a guarantee. You learned that you could set down mental labor that was producing no new information. You learned that help was available. You learned that a boundary could remain even while guilt moved through you. You learned that rest did not erase responsibility. You learned that your life continued to contain value during the wait. No outcome can take these learnings from you. They become part of how you meet your uncertainty. Not perfectly, more honestly, more kindly, with less pulling, with more attention to what is real. This is the carried piece of the day. It does not ask the day to become easy. It asks you not to become cruel to yourself inside it. It does not promise that every desire will be fulfilled. It reminds you that your worth is present before fulfillment. It does not ask you to wait forever. It reminds you to look for the moment when the facts call for movement. It does not ask you to move quickly. It reminds you that fear does not own the clock. You do not need to carry this piece perfectly. Return to it. That is enough. Return when the mind starts pulling. Return when comparison says you are late. Return when another person's silence becomes a story about your worth. Return when guilt asks you to remove a necessary boundary. Return when urgency demands a decision without facts. Return when fear tells you that asking for help is weakness. Return to the apple. It receives. It changes. It does not insult itself for needing time. It does not pull at the branch to prove progress. It does not cling after readiness is complete. It meets its moment without violence against itself. You can meet your life with the same dignity. Receive what nourishes you. Name what harms you. Complete what belongs to you. Seek support. Respect the facts. Give change room where room is safe. Take action where action is needed. Stop asking fear to decide the meaning of time. You have not been forgotten inside this unfinished period. You have been living. You have been learning. You have been becoming more honest about what can stay and what must end. You have been discovering that peace is not the absence of every question. It is the presence of self-respect while questions remain. Let the old deadline lose its authority. Let comparison return to the lives it belongs to. Let another person own their process. Let your choices belong to you. Let today contain only today's work. Let the rest remain open. The sweetness does not need to be tested. The branch does not need to be pulled. What is ready will become clear through honest attention. What is not ready does not need your cruelty. You can wait without disappearing. You can act without forcing. You can leave without erasing the past. You can stay without abandoning the truth. You can care without carrying everything. You can be uncertain and still be guided by what matters. The next hour does not need a complete future. It needs your presence, your breath, your clear care, your willingness to do one true thing, then another when it is time. You are larger than the waiting, larger than the delay, larger than the reply, larger than the role that may be ending, larger than the plan that may need to change. Your life is still here. Meet it, not all at once, this moment, this task, this honest breath. You have done enough for now. The mind may ask one final time whether it is safe to stop pulling. Answer with the evidence you now carry. Pulling has not created certainty. Checking has not created readiness. Shame has not created sweetness. Force has not completed what time, truth, care, and responsible action must complete together. You are permitted to use another way, a way that includes effort without obsession, care without captivity, patience without self-neglect, hope without denial, action without guarantees, rest without guilt. This is the exchange completed. You gave the unanswered question one moment of space. You received your breath. You gave the deadline less authority. You received the present day. You gave another person their responsibility. You received your boundaries. You gave up the task of forcing readiness. You received the dignity of honest timing. Carry that dignity forward, quietly, without proving, without announcing, without demanding that the next day reward you immediately. Let the practice itself be enough. The branch can hold what still needs nourishment. The connection can loosen where its work is complete. You can respond to both with wisdom. You do not need to know the whole future to live this truth now. The vow can be spoken from the calmest place available. I release the branch and trust ripeness. You do not need to repeat it until it feels perfect. One honest delivery is enough. Let it become action. the phone placed down, the boundary kept, the appointment made, the meal eaten slowly, the unsafe place left, the decision given one more day when one more day is wise, the support accepted, the ordinary hour returned to you. This is how timing becomes lived rather than discussed, through choices that respect life in you, through care that does not demand perfection, through courage that is willing to be supported, through the end of unnecessary pulling. The next truth may arrive as information. It may arrive as repeated evidence. It may arrive as a quiet inner certainty. It may arrive as the recognition that no more information is needed. It may arrive differently than expected. You will meet it when it becomes real. Until then, you are not required to live inside it. You can live here. You can carry peace without pretending. You can keep your responsibilities without carrying the world. You can honor what is becoming. You can honor what is complete. You can honor yourself in both. Life is holding you now. Walk gently. The next truth will meet you.